The other day, a gym in New Jersey, in the Philly suburbs, opened up in defiance of the executive order of the governor of New Jersey. Police showed up, protesters showed up. I don't know how long this has been going on for, but something incredible happened. You see, according to Steve Keeley, local Belmar police lieutenant walked up to the front door and owner of Atlas Gym and said, "You're all in violation of governor's executive order. That being said, stay safe and have a nice day," and walked away, and crowd of supporters let out a cheer. In response to this, I said, looks like local cops refuse to enforce governor decree. I want to show you the chain of events and the press release, but we have a breaking update. They're now arresting people who are showing up to the gym. This is the people just going to the gym. Not even, they're issuing citations to the gym's owner, and the people who are going to the gym are getting arrested now. I'll show you that story, but the first thing I want to do is I want to show you what's happening. This to me is insane. Right now, we are seeing massive corporations make tons of money, and small businesses are being crushed by these executive orders. It's a really simple explanation. For those you probably already know, but I got to give the context. If you sell clothes, your store is closed. If you're a skate shop, I actually need shoes. Sorry, can't go. Skate shop's closed. Walmart sells shoes. They are open. So what do people do? They go to Walmart because Walmart's allowed to stay open and keep making money. And all of the necessities everybody had, they're going to Walmart. They're ordering from Amazon. Small businesses are going out of business. They're being crushed. Meanwhile, major corporations are allowed to stay open. You know what's going to happen? After months of this, the owners of these businesses, now seeing their businesses destroyed, let's say you own your own skate shop. You sell clothes, you sell shoes and skateboards, and maybe some other stuff. You've worked really, really hard to open shops, and I tell you what, skate shops have very thin margins, but it's your dream, right? You've finally been able to open your own store. They shut your business down. After months, you can't afford your bills anymore. Your staff has moved on. They've moved out of state, maybe. You can't reopen. Now, fortunately for skate shops, these products don't go bad. Skateboards can. You got to make sure you maintain them. But let's say, you lose some product a little bit because skateboards can twist and warp if they're not properly cared for. They're wood. Let's say now you can't reopen. So what do? You call the local mall chain. What's that, Zoomies? You're a mall shop? I've got, 5 years running my own private, skate shop. We went under due to the pandemic. What's that? You're a massive corporation and you can afford to reopen? Can I please have a job? Now, look, right now malls are closed too. So some of these stores like Zoomies are hurting as well. But Amazon is still selling stuff. I'm still able to order stuff from Amazon. So your business closed. Maybe skate shop wasn't the best example. Let's say you opened your own vegan food store. You fought really hard, said, this is the stuff I believe in. This is the food that I like. I want to sell these products. Well, actually, no, that's a bad example too, because food stores are allowed to remain open. The point, which you get, is that smaller businesses are forced to close. And when everything finally reopens, the big chains are allowed to stay open. And you will go and work for the corporations now. Your dream being crushed. Let's read this story. So here's the photo of the moment. Officer Kelly tells everyone to have a good day. There's actually a video of it. Local police returned and issued a citation to both of the owners for disorderly conduct, and violation of executive order is handwritten over the description of the offense. Here's a photo of it. We then have this. Here is the news release put out by the police and forwarded to us via New Jersey OAG this afternoon, confirming the summons handed to the Atlas Gym owners. It reads, this morning, Monday, May 18th, shortly after 8 a.m., Frank Trumbetti and Ian Smith, the co-owners of Atlas Gym, reopened their business in violation of Executive Order 107, issued by New Jersey Governor Philip D. Murphy on March 21st, 2020. This order currently remains in effect. Executive Order 107, paragraph 9, provides in pertinent part all recreational and entertainment businesses, including but not limited to the following list, must close to the public as long as this order remains in effect. C, gyms and fitness centers and classes. As a result of the direct violation of the terms and conditions set forth, Executive Order 107, Mr. Trumbetti and Mr. Smith were both charged on a summons with a disorderly persons offense by the Belmar Police Department, who had a presence on scene in order to protect the public's safety and welfare. I'm going to throw some shade at some of the people involved in this protest who pointed to the police enforcing what I would assume, my understanding is, unconstitutional orders, saying they're just doing their job and they're being forced to do it. Okay, hold on. You want to make an argument about the executive order and the legality of it, feel free to do so. I'm not a lawyer. But if you truly believe they have no right to do it, do not defend the police. If the police are truly being forced to do it, then they're pathetic. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't live that far away. I'll say it to their faces. I got no problem. If you know that there's an unconstitutional order and you say, well, they're making me do it. Okay, please. You've got no respect from me. And the people who are saying, please, they're just being forced to do it. Nah, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, man. I understand. It's a rock and a hard place. Okay, but I'll tell you what. I risk getting my entire channel deleted by even questioning these decrees, and I'll do it every single day because the Constitution says we have the right to peaceably assemble. And if we want to, so be it. What grounds does a governor have to issue an executive decree about what anyone can be doing? Now, if people don't want to go out, they don't have to. But the idea that we live in a country where mayors, governors, the president, anybody could snap their fingers and say, this be done. It's the law. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. The law doesn't work that way. And maybe it does now because the Constitution has become Swiss cheese. But I bring you now to this story. At least one person arrested leaving Adalis Gym in Belmar. Owners charged again for violating stay-at-home order. Here's we have a video. I think it's more people have been arrested. I'm not entirely sure. They say at least one person was arrested after leaving the gym in Belmar on Tuesday. This comes as the gym's owners were charged again today for violating Governor Phil Murphy's stay-at-home order. The charges are not yet known for the person who was arrested. Adalis Gym opened at 8 a.m. again after receiving a warning from Governor Phil Murphy Monday that they were in violation of New Jersey's stay-at-home order. Belmar police tell CBS 3 the owners have been charged for the second day in a row, but no further information is available at this time. On Monday, officers from Belmar Police Department also showed up to issue disorderly persons. We read that one already. Governor Murphy can do whatever he wants, co-owner Frank Trombetti told Eyewitness News on Tuesday morning. I'm going to do this tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Trombetti encouraged gym members to come back out Tuesday, but to be prepared to face the consequences. Know that if you walk into Adalis Gym, you're probably going to be potentially arrested. Trombetti and his business partner, Ian Smith, retained a lawyer to send a letter to Governor Murphy calling shelter-in-place orders draconian and unconstitutional, and pushing back on the distinction between essential and non-essential businesses. While Trombetti is urging other businesses to stand with him, Governor Murphy had a stern response Monday for the gym and anyone else thinking about defying the order. If you show up at that gym again tomorrow, there's going to be a different reality than showing today. These just aren't words. We've got to enforce this, Murphy said. It's unclear at this point what further action the state can take against the gym and its owners, but a disorderly person's charge carries a fine of up to $1,000 or up to 6 months in jail. On Monday, officers gave warnings to those working out at the gym. Governor Murphy, bold statement. Well, I'll tell you what. Walmart sales soar by 74%. Home Depot rises by 7%. Department stores tumble 44%. Why is it that we have to sit back and watch the big box chains, the big corporate stores make all of this money while small business gets trampled all over? I understand, right? It's a rock and a hard place, okay? Walmart sells food. Okay, then I think we figured it out. If you own a gym, then the answer is simply, in the future, get a license to sell food and have an ice cream freezer of some sort or a bread stand. And then say, we're a bodega that sells food, therefore we're allowed to stay open, right? Walmart sells electronics. They sell video games, they sell auto parts, they sell everything, gardening. And because they serve food, they're allowed to stay open. What about the small businesses that are being trampled all over? I don't know what to tell you, man. But I will say, I do not believe that government decree is law. The Constitution says you have a First Amendment right. So what would happen if this gym just opened its doors? If the gym just said, we are not open for business, y'all can come hang out anyway because we rented the space. Can the city then come shut them down? I suppose they would still do it no matter what. So look, here's what I think needs to be done. You always follow the law. The challenge is, in many states, the Supreme Courts have already struck down what these governors are doing. It stands to reason then that legal precedent is being set, at least in some jurisdictions, that the governors do not have a right to do this, that they're actually in violation of the law. I don't know what the appropriate thing to do is. We're seeing civil disobedience. When people go to the gym, civil disobedience. For the most part, that's fine, okay? I don't think that's a YouTube bannable offense, like people engaging in general protest. So if people go to the gym in protest and they walk out and get a ticket, I actually think this is it's okay. It's in line with what I've said about, say, Extinction Rebellion. Blocking the street is illegal. I don't encourage, for the most part, a lot of these activities, but I think morally the line is drawn at peacefully protesting, and that's what we're seeing. So there's been no violence. That's really, really good. There are people challenging the law. That seems like it would actually lose. That's also good, and we'll see how this plays out. I guess that's all I can really say on it. There is a risk. I don't know where the line is for YouTube, but they've been deleting channels, so I'm gonna keep saying it like it is. These cops, I believe, are enforcing unconstitutional mandates. They're not laws. It's decree, and they are breaking the law as far as I can tell. They can call it the law all they want, but simply someone saying go arrest them is not how the legal system is supposed to work. I hope these governors are held to account. We'll see how things play out. I got one more segment coming up in a few minutes, and I will see you all shortly.